Hey guys, today was a big day for PoE 2. We had the big reveal for the next patch that is coming this very same week, and a big interview that Jonathan and Mark did with DM and Gassi, and it was awesome. We are going to watch the reveal. It is not a trailer, it is like the reveal announcement that they did where they say everything that is coming, so let's check it out, dude.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Rogers, Game Director on Path of Exile 2. Well, we're back from our break. We've been playing the game a whole lot and we've been reading a whole lot of feedback as well. So it's time to assess and work out what we're going to do next. Now, later this week we'll be releasing PoE 2 0.1.1. This is a patch designed to address the concerns that we can address relatively quickly without...
I would believe that when they release new stuff like new classes, the patch is going to go like 0.2.0, something like that, right? And I was thinking, yeah, this is not the big patch because it is 0.1.1. Maybe I am overthinking it, but that is what I thought.
Needing to create a new league or a new economy just yet. In this video, we'll be going over some of the issues we've identified and what we're planning on doing about them.
This also implies that there were people that thought that during the whole early access there were not going to be any resets. This implies that there are going to be resets during early access, which is awesome. To me, it is good news, because one of the reasons I like resets is that even if you play a new character, it is not a reset per se because you have access to your other characters. And if you say, well, don't pick up anything from the stash, you still have the gold, and it is really hard to not spend the gold. So you have to go to a different league. Like, well, I am going to play SSF and hardcore SSF. So you have 4 clean slots, and after you spend them, there are no more clean slots until they go with a league reset. In Path of Exile 1, this is not a problem because the game is free and you can create 10 accounts and start over again, but you won't have your stash tabs, which again, reset is really cool. I like that there are going to be resets, basically.
It's worth stressing that just because a specific issue isn't on this list doesn't mean that we're not aware of it or that it isn't going to get addressed. It just means that we either can't fix the problem quickly or we can't do so without the need for a new economy.
Brother, I love that they say things like this because they know that people are so stupid that people will think that if they don't mention something in here, it is because they don't care about it, right? Like, it won't be addressed. Of course they will address it at some point, dude, but they have to say it for those people, right?
One of the major areas that needs a lot of attention is the base experience of mapping.
Yes.
We've made a lot of changes here. First, in-game maps have received a balance pass to the number of monsters, number of chests, number of magical rare monsters, number of essences, strongboxes, and precursor artifacts. You should generally find maps more rewarding than before. Maps generally specialize in one or more of these elements that they will be particularly rewarding in. Now, towers are a thing that's very important for players to run often, but we only had one of them. We wanted to add more variety here as soon as possible, so we've added 4 more tower maps. Alpine Ridge, Sinking Spire.
These look cool, brother. These look cool.
Bluff.
I like them. I like them a lot at first glance.
Mesa.
Like, it won't be as boring or as repetitive.
We've also redone the existing Lost Towers map to make playing there less boring.
Nice. This is like in the Act 2 when you are ascending from the spires, or however it is called. You start at ground level, and then there is a level that is like mid-tier before you go to the roofs, right? In the tower, you were in that mid-tier, and now they are giving you the roof. Nice, I prefer the roof.
We're now also spawning more maps with bosses.
Nice! You guys know that I love bossing. I want this, but let's see how many bosses, right? I am asking for a boss in every map. Let's see what they say.
Tended to be 1 in 4 maps, but in reality the rate was much lower due to some maps being unable to spawn bosses. We've increased the rate to compensate for this issue so that we can get the actually intended rate.
Okay, 1 in 4.
We're also
not bad. I would prefer at least like 2 in 4 or 3 in 4 or 4 in 4. Well, okay, I'll take what I can, dude.
Adding a new type of tablet that allows you to add bosses to your maps with its own mod pool.
Nice. That will be the tablet that I will buy every time, dude. I will just go to trade, buy the boss tab, and put it in there, and have bosses everywhere.
Strong boxes also needed some love. They now spawn monsters faster, have a less annoying fog effect, and have also received changes to the timings and effects of the mods on them. Now, let's talk about visibility of effects. Many maps had too much clutter, preventing effects on the ground from rendering, causing you to be unable to see and dodge them. With both change
and you don't know what you died to. It is cool that you are giving me less clutter so I can avoid the stuff and don't die and don't know what I died to. But at the same time, give me a death recap, dude. It is just a click. A window with a click and you see what killed you. Do that too, bro. Do that too. I know that the clutter is so I don't die in the first place. Nice. Thank you very much. But if I end up dying and I don't know, give me a death recap. It's not that hard and it is cool.
Changed the level of clutter on some maps and has changed some effects to make sure that they are always visible. In addition, elemental explosion effects have had visibility improved. Stick around for longer before they explode, and disappear without exploding if a rare monster dies.
Nice!
Volatile plants are also way easier to see before they explode.
I hate those plants, by the way. I hate them because it is like the rate at which they spawn the balls is too fast, dude, that you are constantly running, and as a warrior you can't stand up there hitting, you are rolling. Let me hit, dude! And you don't have time to trigger one attack, and you have the other orb over you again, dude.
Now we've also increased the zoom level on the Atlas.
Nice, thank you very much.
To pass on various terrain collision issues in many maps. We've also improved the load times of opening the world map and Atlas panel.
Oh, brother, this is so cool because I like opening my map, my Atlas, and just opening the axe and the waystone or whatever, and it was like 2 years to open that shit, dude.
Also now show the biome of a map on the hover for it.
Nice, nice.
For other in-game content systems, we're focusing on getting all the rewards in line with what they should be. For Delirium, we recently fixed a bug which caused Delirium monsters to just not spawn after the starting part.
Brother, you guys know that I am new in PoE 2, so I didn't play Delirium in Path of Exile 1, so I didn't actually know what this was about. At one point, I thought that I just didn't know how Delirium worked, and it was a bug, dude. I thought that I was doing something wrong and I didn't know how it worked. And I had to go to YouTube to learn that this was just a bug. This was not how it was supposed to work. And I thought that it was me the problem, bro. They have to, by the way, they have to explain to new players what these mechanics are. They are assuming that when you get to the end game, bro, you are a new player. You go through Act 1 through 3 and then cruise Act 1 to 3 and then they throw you into the end game. And you have to figure it out. Okay, it is not that hard to intuitively figure out how to go to maps and clear maps and do all this stuff and kill the bosses and do the towers. This is not that hard. They send you in the quest to do the Arbiter of Ash and find the Citadels. Not that hard to figure out. But what the fuck is a bridge? What is a delirium? What is a ritual? What is an expedition? These are just things that are there and nobody tells you what they mean. If you didn't play PoE 1, you don't know what they are. If you don't go to a YouTube channel to search what is delirium, you don't know what they are. You have to figure them out by yourself or look it up. The game doesn't tell you. And tell me, no, but you can figure it out. Yes, you can figure out anything. But it is easier if they tell you. It is faster if they tell you. It is more enjoyable if they tell you. Hey, Delirium is a fog that is expanding. Go with the fog and kill them off so you get some reward that you can use to instill your maps and instill your amulets. Brother, that is a paragraph like this, and you can put it in every map that has Delirium or something, or when you hover over Delirium. Why don't do it? Why?
We've also buffed the rate of simulacrums dropping by 20% to make it more in line with the rate of finding the expedition and ritual bosses. For Ritual, we've made omens now appear in the Ritual Tribute window 60% more often. For Expedition, we've improved the rarity from the shops. We'll be wanting to make some more substantial changes to the rewards for this league later on. Now, one of the major concerns that we're often seeing is that getting to play Pinnacle content just takes too long, and that when you do finally get there, you only get one attempt and don't get a chance to learn the boss. In order to address these concerns, we're making the following changes. First, we're making the Citadels spawn closer to the center of the Atlas, and we've also added an effect so you can see them in the fog of war from further away. This makes them much easier to find. To address the problem of only having one attempt, on the Arbiter of Ash you will now get up to 6 respawn attempts.
Nice.
Respawns can only be triggered by the person who put...
Now I am thinking, well, maybe I can invest in one set of the things. If I don't find the Citadels, I can invest in one set of the things and try it, because I have 6 attempts. If I lose in 6 attempts, it won't feel as bad. It will just feel like, brother, get good. I suck. I died 6 times. It's my fault. But in one attempt, you feel like the game is screwing you over.
in the keys, and everyone on your party will be respawned at the same time. Leaving the map still forfeits your attempt, so you'll still need to fight the boss with the build you walked into the map with. Higher difficulties of the boss will lower the number of respawn attempts you get, but you should know the mechanics of the fight by then, right?
Yep.
Now, we'll also be adding respawns to other Pinnacle content as well over time. Another thing that players have noticed is that there are less keys from Farad and Citadels on the market, and thought that it was because the Citadel spawns less often. It turns out though that this is just because the boss kills players more often than the others. We've made a few changes to that boss to bring it in.
Let's be honest, guys. Even in the campaign, this guy is more complicated than the Count and Doriani. This guy is the hardest one, even in the campaign.
Line with the other bosses. A lot of people have reported that many of our unique items are feeling underwhelming. Uniques are often designed to be build enabling at high levels, even if they're low level uniques. But we realized that
They are not underwhelming, they are useless, the vast majority, like 99%. And the ones that are cool are really cool.
do need to make sure that more uniques feel powerful when you first get them at low levels too. In this patch we are buffing a lot of uniques.
Nice.
These changes should make finding uniques at lower levels a lot more fun, and make subsequent character playthroughs more fun too when you have some great uniques to use. We're also changing a few other things to make finding rares better at higher levels too. First, we're changing mod weightings a bit to make sure that there are less bad mods. Another fix is making high tier items no longer cull the highest tier modifier of a given mod type. This bug caused bows and crossbows to not spawn with attack speed at tier 5 rarity, and rings to not spawn with life at tier 5 rarity. Another change we're making is to make it...
And sometimes you think, why are I not finding items like this in the market? And it is because they don't exist because of this, and you don't know.
so that socketables such as runes can now be overwritten with another socketable.
Brother, this is big. This is big for me. I love this. Sometimes you don't even want to buy an item because it is already socketed and you don't want those sockets. Or you get an item and you socket it and then it is harder to sell it because it is socketed. Or sometimes you don't want to sell it. It is your item, but you change another piece and you want to change the sockets on this one and you can. This is a big W. Sometimes you want to upgrade from runes to cores, to sub cores, and you can't. This is a big W. Thank you very much. I love this.
Now, as we continue to play, we still find many balance anomalies with specific monsters or bosses that can be nasty if you encounter them. This patch contains a pass adjusting a large number of those monsters and bosses. We'll save the full list for the patch notes, but there are a significant number of changes here that should address many cases where monsters or bosses felt too hard in certain circumstances. Here are a few examples to get a taste of what kind of changes you can expect. The Silver Fist Commander role now does a lot less damage.
Yeah, brother, that as a melee, as a warrior, this boss is easier in quotes because you just roll around him and he's never going to get the big hit. But he does this roll out of nowhere with no tell. You don't know that he's going to do this, and it one-shots you. This roll can one-shot you, brother, because it comes out of nowhere and you can't avoid it because you are like face to face with him.
Plague Bearer's Detonate Dead can no longer be used from off-screen and has better telegraphing.
Nice.
Forsaken Miners throw less grenades, have improved visual...
Brother, I died more to this mob with these grenades than anything else in the game. This bullshit one-shots you because several of those explode at the same time on top of you. You are in a small hole. You are dead, dude. You are dead.
And deal less damage.
Yes, please.
And Lost Men Zealots can no longer meteor you from off-screen either, as well as many other changes just like those.
Nice.
One of the big issues for players on console...
Well, this didn't affect me because I play on PC, but hey, empathy for our console friends. it's awful not having the item filter if you are in high tiers.
Is that the web-based item filter system is currently not working. This means that they can't use item filters like the PC users can. For 0.1.1, we'll be enabling the same system that PoE 1 has, which allows you to subscribe to item filters on the website. For now, this will be done on the PoE 1 website to allow us to get this feature out as fast as possible. Later on, we'll improve the user experience of this and put it on the Path of Exile 2 website. This patch also contains a bunch of other smaller changes and bug fixes that I'm sure you guys will appreciate. Like buffing armor and scavenged plating.
Please.
Showing the number of uses left in your charms, as well as an effect when they trigger.
Nice.
The song of the Exiles.
Fixing the music that Rune was supposed to play in town.
Nice. I always thought why she doesn't play me the music. Now they are nice. This is cool.
And plenty of other little fixes and improvements throughout the game. Now, we have a huge amount of much more meta-shifting changes that we know we want to make. And one of the best things about having the game in early access with the endgame is that we now have a much better idea of where we want character power to be and what the balance of bosses and monsters should be relative to that. But those types of changes are going to have to wait until we are ready to make a new league with a new economy for people to play in. Still a little while away yet, but in the meantime we'll be continuing to identify things that are causing frustration and try and address them. I want to thank you guys for playing and hope to be doing more of these in the future. Later.
What I want to know when the big thing is going to come. I want to play the druid and the hunter. But I want to play the druid because we have, at this point in time, we don't have an strength in class. You don't have in the wheel or in the you have the 3 hybrids and the 3 base. We have classes for everything, but we don't have a class that starts in the point where you have plus strength, the hybrid in strength. The druid is going to be apparently the first class on that. I really want to see it. Tell me when it is coming. But talking about this patch specifically, I think this is a W patch. They later said in their interview that the buff 2 armor that they are doing now is something for now, but this is not the big fix for armor. They are going to do that later. So something that I thought that we were gonna see that we are not seeing patch is the buff to armor and the nerf to energy shield, but it is because they are basically saving that for the big patch, and I really thought that was going to happen in the patch, and I also thought they were gonna address the rarity situation, and they didn't do it. But in the interview afterwards, they basically said that there is no rarity situation, and we are blowing it out of proportion, basically. So let's see what happens in the big patch in the future. For now, I think this is cool enough to keep things engaging, because what was happening, at least for me, is that when I go into those later, when I am just grinding to get the fragments to fight the boss, I start losing interest of keeping playing the endgame, and I just create a new character. So these changes make me think that I will go again and try the super endgame again to try to do the Pinnacle bosses and all of that, because these changes will make it more enjoyable. The Citadels, the several attempts at the Arbiter, and they are improving other stuff like the balance and the mods and the bosses on the maps. It is like it motivates you to play the endgame, right? So in my opinion, a W patch. Hey brother, the biggest change that I like, you know what is the biggest change? Being able to replace the runes. W change right there. But yes, guys, in my opinion, this is a W patch. I think that the patch notes are going to be really long, and of course we are going to make a video going over them, but I think that the patch notes are going to be insane, even without having nerfs, because there are no nerfs in this patch. Even then, they are going to be really long. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this patch that is going to come out this week. We don't have an exact day, but we know that it is going to be this week. Do you like it? You don't like it? You were expecting more? Are you disappointed? Are you happy? When do you think the big patch is coming? Let me know everything in the comments below. You know that I love reading comments, even when they don't agree with me. Also, remember to like the video, to subscribe to the channel, my dude. Hey guys, thanks for being here. You guys are awesome. God bless you. And remember, don't be afraid ever, because this is just a ride.